One of the most common questions I get, oftentimes via Instagram or just emails or just in person, is which car should I list on Turo? So when you're a brand new host and you just don't know what to do and you just don't know out of all the cars and all the options, it's like, what's the best car to list on Turo as a beginner or as my first car? Now, this is a great question to ask because this was the same question I asked myself when I was considering Turo. So in this video, I'm going to go over pretty much the different situations you might be in and the perfect car that might be good for you if you're thinking and hosting on Turo. Again, I'm going to be talking about the most popular listed on Turo or the most popular vehicles listed on Turo, and then also some situations that you want to keep in mind, especially because every city, every person is different, everyone has a different goal. And so I'm going to help you, hopefully by the end of this video, determine what should be your first vehicle. So again, if you like what I'm doing here and if you appreciate the content, please consider smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm and also consider subscribing. I do post every Friday on Turo videos or topics about Turo for new hosts and existing hosts. So hopefully, again, my content is valuable to you. Also, I do have a brand new website where you can actually see all of my resources, such as my Turo break-even calculator, my pre-written text messages that have been extremely popular. And then also, if you want to ever book a conversation or talk with me, you could do that on my website as well. So feel free to check it out. I'll be leaving a link in the description below. But anyways, let's go ahead and start with the obvious. Which are the most popular vehicles on Turo? So if you're wondering by now, well, the first thing you would want to know is like, what's the most common vehicle on Turo and why? Now, the most common vehicles on Turo, and at least the most listed vehicles on Turo, it's because there's simply so much demand in the platform for these vehicles that no matter if you go with these obvious options, there will still be demand for you as well. Now, this is actually very simple to find because if you just go to the Turo.com website, you will see Turo will feature a list of vehicles or vehicles that I guess they would recommend you booking as a guest. And I can confirm with you that these are the most popular vehicles in the platform. Now, the most popular vehicle in the platform is going to be the Jeep Wrangler. Now, the Jeep Wrangler, you do want to keep in mind that it's a very popular vehicle. I personally don't have a Jeep Wrangler on the platform, so I may not know a lot about this vehicle, but for whatever reason, there's just a lot of people that like this vehicle and there's just so much demand. Maybe because other rental car companies don't have this vehicle. I really don't know. But it seems to be that the Jeep Wrangler also is exempt in some cases, at least from what I can see, is exempt from the year and mileage restriction because normally Turo does not allow you to list a vehicle that is 10 years or older or has 112,000 miles or more. And for some reason, I've seen several Jeep Wranglers with the year 2006, meaning that Turo is okay with these specific vehicles listing them over that 10-year threshold. Now, one of the second most common vehicles, most popular vehicles in the platform would be the Tesla Model 3 or Teslas in general. I think Teslas in general is just a great option to add into Turo. And it's simply because Turo still remains one of the only or few rental car companies out there that can rent you a Tesla. So anybody, again, that's how I actually found out about the platform. I wanted to give a Tesla a drive and I didn't want to just, want to test drive it in the dealership for like 30 minutes. I want to actually take it home and get to experience how it feels to be a Tesla owner. And so that's how I found out about Turo. When I realized that the monthly payment or the car payment for 3 days was going to be over $700, I decided to just consider being a host myself. And that's how I ended up being a host myself. Now, do keep in mind that obviously other car rental companies are noticing this, and there is a recent news update that Hertz just recently purchased 100,000 Tesla Model 3s. And I did see that the pricing range on these Tesla Model 3s in Hertz will be anywhere between $82 to $112 per day, which is very competitive to what Turo already has. But at the end of the day, I do feel very confident about Turo because Turo is still the underdog. A lot more people are finding out about Turo. And overall, Hertz has a bigger market share that Turo can still grab a lot from. Other popular vehicles, according to the Turo website, again, just the main page from what we can see, are going to be BMWs, Mercedes, and Lamborghinis, of course, luxury high-end vehicles. However, you also have your Nissans and your Toyotas. Toyotas and Nissans are great. So your Toyota Corolla, Nissan Sentra, Nissan Versa, all your economy cars are just a great option for Turo. Now, before you go out and buy a car, you might be asking yourself, okay, well, which out of all these is the best car for yourself? Because we all have a different purpose. And like I said, every city is different. So there are some things that you want to consider. And again, every time somebody asks me, hey, what's the first car I should buy? My answer is always the same. The answer is really, it depends. It really depends in your area. So you have to think to yourself, is my city a tourism city like Las Vegas, Miami, I don't know, California, Los Angeles? Or is it more of a just urban, just regular city, you know, just with not that much tourism activity? Again, normally in tourism cities, you will have a lot more people wanting to rent a luxury vehicle, especially to flex those, you know, muscles, I guess. And it's probably not going to be the same, or we can't expect the same amount of flexing in a city like, you know, Deming, New Mexico, where there's only like 2 McDonald's. And no offense to anybody living in Deming, I just happened to drive by there not too long ago and I just thought about that city. The other question you should be asking yourself is, what's your budget? So again, if you can't afford a Lambo's monthly payment of $3,000 a month, then don't even try getting cash out equity from your home to get this loan payment. Like, just don't, right? If the car monthly payment is going to be too high for you to afford without any Turo income, then it's too much risk, and I would recommend you go through that cash acquisition strategy first. In other words, I would just recommend you go with economy cars that you can buy from cash and just start from there. Again, the last thing you want is for Turo to slow down and then you have to somehow come up with $2,000, $1,000 for the car monthly payment and you don't have money to pay that, and then you're just in a very, very, very bad situation. Now, to be fair, I do consider myself a very optimistic person. I'm super positive and I'm always looking for the things that you can do. So this was a risk even when I took my Tesla Model 3. I was going to be financially stretched if Turo turned out to not be a very good decision. However, I did still take that risk. And I can tell you right now that out of all the 12 months that I've been hosting on Turo, there has only been 1 month that I have had to put money out of my own pocket to pay for the car payment. And that was only when the car was stranded or left in California, which again, if you want to know more about that video or what happened in that experience, which can happen to you, feel free to check it out in the description below, or I'll try to leave a card or something right here so you can check out that video. And then finally, the last thing I do want to point out is it really depends in your purpose. So again, when I joined Turo, I didn't want to grow a fleet. I didn't want to become a millionaire out of Turo. I actually just wanted to be able to afford a Tesla without having to pay for it. So again, I just really like the idea of being able to drive the Tesla whenever I wanted or on trips that I wanted to for free, and simply have the car being paid by someone else. So I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to build credit, buy a car that I liked and I couldn't afford otherwise, or that I wouldn't be willing to pay the money for otherwise. And this was just a perfect fit for me. So again, if your purpose is to build a business out of Turo, then probably luxury cars, as far as I can tell, might be a good niche. But again, I would recommend starting somewhere a little bit more economy and then building your way up. I have personally heard a lot of Turo hosts out there saying or complaining about how there's other Turo hosts that just undercut pricing and that all they care about is getting the car payment to pay for their car. And again, the true reason of this is just that everybody has a different purpose, you know, and as long as there's people out there who just want a car and will list it on Turo, and as long as money comes in just to pay for the car, you know, obviously those people will have a bit of more of an advantage in terms of price compete with those people trying to make some money and build a fleet. But I can tell you for sure, at the end of the day, if you're truly trying to build a business, there's always ways and there's always forms that you can really become successful. So don't let that unmotivate you if you're really thinking about growing your fleet exponentially. Also, as I've been saying, if you're gonna go to the route of buying a luxury vehicle, be sure that you take only calculated risks and don't ever spend more than what you can afford. But well guys, let me know what you guys think. Which car do you really think is the most popular on the platform? Now, I'm really excited to hear about what you have to say, especially leave the comment in the comment section below. I'll be reading all of them, and you know, just I want to see which vehicle you guys think that you know, is truly that vehicle that would be a perfect fit for Turo, or at least what vehicle is one of the most popular vehicles on Turo. I personally think it's the Tesla Model 3, but again, let me know what you guys think. Also, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Remember, I post every Friday here on YouTube, so be sure to join me every Friday. Also, remember to visit my new website. That's where I have all the resources that you can reach out to. Follow me on Instagram. Again, thank you so much for watching until the end. I hope you guys have a great, safe week, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.